Well, good morning. It's a Saturday morning. That's a lemon cucumber ready to be harvested. They're a lot easier for everybody to see now. So many of them are in here. And we're getting some of the big cucumbers too. Coming right along. Oh, looks like that butternut is hanging over. We're doing an experiment. Some people online say that we would need to support all the fruit as it grows. But others say, nope, you don't have to do that. It will all be supported by its own vine. Obviously the pumpkin vine. The ones that have the fruit on them, you see the vine turns very dark as it gets itself strong enough to hold the fruit up. But I'm more worried about these little sugar baby watermelons because the vines are covered with these babies. There's just so many. I can't imagine a tiny little vine like this is going to hold them up. So we might be bracing them, but I have the fabric already to make slings if we need to. We're just going to wait and see. We do have the first of the, sorry about that, bee. First of the cantaloupes coming up too. We did finally figure out what is a cantaloupe leaf. This is a cantaloupe leaf, I think. Swiss chard down under there. Yeah, I'm probably just going to pick it and eat it. I don't think it's going to get any more grown up. Next year we will do what the original plan was for this, and that is these bottom beds are twice as deep. So there's two crops in there. One that would normally be a cooler weather crop. But all is looking good. Starting to fill in. By the superheat of the summer, this should be an area where we can move and plant lettuces and kales and stuff like that. And let's come over here. We see next year we're going to have a lot of blackberries. We do have some citrus going on. I don't know if I can even zoom in. This, you're looking at an Asian pear tree with pears. Right next to it's a Bartlett pear tree. A grapefruit tree in the back. This is a mandarin, a potted mandarin. Back there you see our plum cherries. We did finally figure out what they are. Two of them came up on their own. They're delicious. The honey tangerines and the other tangerines. The orange tree is of course loaded. Thai chili peppers. Jalapeno, regular jalapenos. The giant jalapenos. So we already harvested one and it wasn't quite ripe enough yet, and it tasted more like a bell pepper at this point. Of course, we eat off of this constantly. We just come out and grab a few leaves. This is a branch that fell off the loquat tree and was put in the ground and is growing. Took root, growing fine. So anybody wants a loquat tree, we know how to propagate them. These plums, so delicious. This one is a lemon tree that we got from somebody. Still no fruit on this one. Oh wait, there's some. There's one lemon. We've been harvesting those beans. There's still tons in there. They're going crazy. And we've been harvesting carrots. So good. The okra's coming up. Of course, we're harvesting the onions. My onion starts got lost in the mail. Hopefully they're still coming. I might have to get more. Artichoke starting to take off. This one. This one is, I think, a lime. Either a lime or a lemon. Oh, it's a mandarin. It is a mandarin. There we go. I've had these in pots now for 3 or 4 years. The cactus. We actually harvest that too. See a few little bags on that apple tree. Persimmon tree. It's got lots of persimmons on it. I just love persimmon trees because they're beautiful. They really are. Of course, we got tomatoes. We cannot harvest these fast enough. So I love the lemon cucumbers with these super sweet cherry tomatoes and the sweet banana peppers. And down here we have the Roma tomatoes. And we finally have a tomato on our heirloom tomato, our big beefsteak one. Got one little tomato in there. Let's see if we can see it. Show you right there. It's hard to see. I don't even know how to get into it. I don't want to touch it because the thing is cherished. It's the only one. Figs we've been harvesting. This neighborhood has a problem with rats. Actually, you can see it on that one right there. Can you see that the backside of it's been eaten out? Yeah, and the rats, I guess, they just come up here and pick the ripest fruit and eat it. So we've been trying to pick it the day before it's ripe, which I prefer to pick them when they're ripe. So this weekend we're going to start a few different techniques to deter them. I don't like to kill them. The rosemary actually just got in the ground out of the pot, and I think it is going to take off just fine. That one's looking better already. And then that's a lemon balm with a weed next to it. The basils. I love that each of the different kinds of basil has a different flavor to it. A different, some are sweet, some are lemony, some are fiery. Like, I love the Thai basil. This is my favorite. It's just so spicy. This is the holy basil. And it's really bland, actually, the holy basil is. And then we have a lemon and a lime. And then, of course, the purple opal I love. This one down here, I was surprised. It's called a spicy globe, and it is spicy. This is the large leaf Italian and the regular that you're used to getting that one. We have eggplants galore. We've been eating eggplants. Now those Roma tomatoes and the eggplants go together with a squirt of the calamansi or a lemon. And we do have at least one Black Beauty, the big ones. They're slower. We got more coming. There's another couple plants of these in here. Looks like most of the ones that made it into this bed are those long, skinny Asian eggplants, which they're good too. And of course, more and more figs. We got figs. And we tried to harvest some of the sweet banana peppers. They were not quite ripe enough yet. They still taste green. We're just real anxious, but we're gonna have a bumper crop this year. And of course I have a giant dehydrator that I will be using to get all of those preserved so I have them all year because I love those. Let's see if I can find you any of these guys. They're hard to see because right now they're at the stage they're green. These are pomegranates. There's one there. That's what they look like. And then you can actually see lots of them in there. This tree is just covered in them. It's just they're hard to see. And then of course we have these plums, which we've been harvesting these and juicing them in our morning juice. These ones are ripe already. And it's interesting, the outside looks white. It's more heavy this year than it's ever been. And if you buff that off, you can't wash it off, you have to buff it off. And then you don't have a bitter skin on your fruit. I'm guessing that is to keep the rats away. I'm sure you can see the persimmons. This is one of my highest producing trees, and it's one of the littlest ones. It just doesn't have a very big base. This is the lime. Oh, we have limes this year. And again, another one in a pot. I've had it here for so long. We have tomatoes scattered all around the yard. You can see the peaches back there. We have eaten a few of those. They're really good. I didn't even put them in the juice. We just ate them. Of course, this lemon cucumber was the one we harvested off of first. And you see there's another one in there ready to go. They get that bright yellow on them, and they are ready to go. The celery, and oop, there's another tomato in there. With tomatoes on it. It's so funny. Carlos, who does most of the yard work around here, he just can't thin out plants. He loves them. Lemongrass, looking good. The mint, I keep cutting back, and it just comes. Spearmint and peppermint. We have the oregano, marjoram, and sage, and of course the thyme, which we eat over and over and over. I think that's about it for the garden today. Looking good. We do have pomelos. This lemon tree. This is a very well established Meyer lemon. And interestingly, I have found that as long as there is sun, citrus trees actually really like being in the shade. Let's see some more of those green pomegranates. And that's the garden. Thank you.